gotta believe in yourself, huh? Who else gon' believe in you? Who else gon' believe in you? Who else gon' believe in you? Believe in yourself, yeah. Who else gon' believe in you? Who else gon' believe in you? Who else gon' believe in you?
Hey everybody, I'm here today at Smoke and Mirrors Beauty Salon to do this interview with Malika Brown. She's a beautician. She's doing her thing out here in Cleveland, Ohio. Make sure you show your support. If you got a beautician already, if you got somebody to do your hair, make sure you check her out. She got skills too. Y'all be blessed. Check this interview out. It's gonna be hot, very informative, very inspiring, encouraging. She's gonna tell her story, y'all. Y'all be blessed. See you soon. Episode 11 of the Manny Hall Show.
Good morning.
How are you today?
A little behind.
Okay. That's understandable. Tell the people your name.
My name is Malika Brown. I am the owner of Glam to Go Beauty LLC. I know everybody wondering like, what is that? Well, I'm a licensed cosmetologist first.
Okay.
And Glam to Go Beauty LLC is my baby that I started in 2012. We provide non-invasive hair loss solutions for women.
Nice.
So via wigs, hair pieces, or anything.
Yeah.
And it's something I'm super passionate about because I also suffered from hair loss, not total hair loss, but I did suffer from hair loss, and it was devastating because I'm a hairstylist,
right.
You know? So very big. It has expanded. So I like work with university hospitals, Simon Cancer Center, and it's just been amazing and fulfilling.
Yeah.
And you know, the saying says when you follow your passion, the profit will follow. So I feel like I'm at a point now where God is blessing me with the provision.
That's what's up.
So
what made you want to get started?
What made me want to get started? Well, with doing hair, that was just a passion. That was just a passion. College was great, but I didn't really like undergrad. I did end up completing my degree, but I didn't like undergrad. I'm more of a freelance creative type person. And then with the wigs, that started in 2012 when one of my family members was going through chemo. Was going through chemo, and she needed a wig, and she just some type of like lift your spirit type of thing, and that's where it all kind of started. And then when it happened to me, I was like, oh, this is perfect. And I think that's when I really started to perfect my craft, because I had to do it on myself, and I still wanted to look like Malika, even though I was going through something.
It makes sense. Though, what kind of challenges did you have being an entrepreneur and just getting started?
Did you see I have to take a deep breath?
Yeah, that's understandable.
The biggest challenges I feel like that I found is probably just knowing my niche. Knowing my niche and knowing how to market my niche. I've invested so much money in the wrong places. Just by not knowing. You know, so the one good thing though I will say about me, not to my own horn, a no has never been a no. For me, it's always, okay, let me go back to the drawing board and see how I can do better. But I think it's really hard when you don't know what lane you really want to be in, and you don't know what target market you're really marketing to.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you have anybody helping you in the process of really getting started?
Oh, absolutely. Mentors. And I'm going to shout them out. Kia Copeland of Smoke and Mirror Salon. That's actually where my booth is.
Awesome.
So she's been a major. I met her the first day of hair school, and she's still been sticking by me, and that was in 2008.
Nice.
LaShawn Reed Kendricks, I know everybody knows her now. Big Essentials for Success. She has been super instrumental in really giving me focus and direction. And Shar Graham of Touch Cleveland. She's the person who's kind of taken me up under her wing over the last few years and really showed me about marketing and branding and how I can use that for my business.
Absolutely, and that's important. So you spoke about mentors. So you think that that's an important part of success?
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, they say when one win, we all win. You know, so just you need to find somebody who's going to keep you guided and kind of have that same direction, or even clarify your vision for you. One thing I will say that I've been very particular about mentors because I'm really worked on the last few years of trying to get aligned.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When you're aligned, everything feels right.
Yeah.
So I feel like anybody that wants to get into business, find somebody, not necessarily that does what you do, but has some type of resource that you can follow or a game plan that they can kind of help you.
Yeah. Now, do you feel that there's some hating in your field from other beauticians and
I dealt with that, absolutely. I'm not too fazed about the haters because I'm clear on my direction of where I'm going.
Gotcha.
And I think that sometimes we just don't give ourselves enough credit.
Gotcha.
You know, sometimes people hate because they like, oh, I know that'll get to her, or I know that'll get to him.
Right.
And when you confident in what you do, even if you just starting out, you gotta know what you know and embrace it. So, you know, and I know Cleveland has a reputation of not sticking together and everything, but you got people, like I said, like Lakia and everything like that. Just get you a small tribe that's gonna gather, you know, on your behalf.
That's what's up. So you think it's like oversaturated?
No, because I feel like your room will make it. Your gift will make room for you.
Say that. I love it. Absolutely.
So definitely.
So don't be worried. Like, man, it's like all these salons on every block. I ain't never gonna get no attention. So they good.
Your clients are gonna be your clients, and I feel like just because like Nike doesn't stop making shoes just because Adidas is hot right now, you know, or anything like that. I think smaller entrepreneurs, we get caught in, I can't do this because 10 people down the street is doing it, but they're not going to do it like you.
Right.
And that's what makes it so, you know, unique and everything. So once you decide to be like, okay, I'm not, stay on top of your competitors. Know your competitors, but don't feel like they define your next move. You know?
So does it have to be like this unique niche, or can you just do what everybody else is doing?
Why would you want to be like everybody else?
Well, some people do.
Here's the thing, though. One thing I will say, as far as my last comment about, you know, just because they're doing it down the street, you can't be her down the street. You have to be authentically you. And I think that that's what society is missing now. We see stuff on Instagram, Facebook, and we like, ooh, I want to be just like her. I got to go find that outfit. I got to go. No, put your twist on it. Make it yours. And I feel like that's going to give you longevity in your company too.
I love that. So what's your personal story? So, you know, you was like, hey, I can do hair. I'm kind of dope at this. And you had some mentors along the way, but were you like that little girl back in the day doing the baby doll's hair and, you know, trying to do your cousin or sister or something like that?
Yes, and I just want to shout out my family because they done let me mess them up so many times when I was learning. You know what? I was a little girl that always did hair. I felt like fashionable and wanted to be different and stand out. I knew when I was a kid that I didn't want to work for nobody. I knew when I was a kid that I didn't, you know, want to work for nobody and everything like that. And my friends, it's so funny because my friends that know me ever since I was a kid, they was like, you been a boss before we knew what a boss was because you didn't want nobody telling you what to do. So that's my personal story. I mean, I'm a mom. You know, it's been a rough few years. And I think that's another thing too. When you're an entrepreneur, sometimes you gotta be an employee too. So that makes it even more difficult. But I don't want to go and give this company that's $1 billion corporation already 40 plus hours of my time and not go home and work on my business. So I got a lot of sleepless nights, and I want people to know it's okay. The world is telling us, oh, you got to be a boss. You got to be a boss. What is a boss? You know what I mean? Like, what is a boss? I know that I got to pay bills. I know that I got to provide for my children. So, you know, whatever you have to do to make it, just don't stop pursuing the dream. I think that's the goal.
That makes sense. So, do you have like some friends that are musicians as well?
Oh yeah, I have a lot of friends that are musicians.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And do you find that that's easier? It's like to stay motivated, just having other people around you doing the same thing.
I feel on one hand now in 2018, I feel like it's a blessing
Okay.
to get motivation. When I first started out, it was intimidating.
Okay.
Because I'm like, oh, that's my girl. She get more clients, you know, than I had. But God was saying that's a teachable moment.
Yeah.
You build, you know, you build up. And like, for example, like Lakia was always fabulous at doing hair. She's been doing my hair since hair school. And she would be just busting them out. She like, well, Malika, before I came to hair school, I was doing this for 15 years.
Wow.
You know, so just kind of, you know, now I can be thankful. And we all are a tribe, so we'll call each other and say, hey, girl, I got this person, and we'll refer each other, different clients to each other if it's something that we can't do. So I think that it's good to have friends that's in your industry.
That's what's up. Yeah. And it's like, as you were saying, like with your friends, everybody has their own process, and it's not going to look the same. So it's like, you almost got to not just respect their process, but respect your process. Because as you go on your journey, you're going to see that things look different. You're going to have different challenges. And then you're going to wake up one day like, wow, my success doesn't look exactly like theirs. Like, for instance, some people might have to work 40, 50 hours a week to get a certain amount of money. Somebody else might be able to work 6 and still get the same bread. So it's like you just got to understand your process.
Yes. And trust the process.
Yeah, yep.
It's so many times I'm not even going. I sat in my car and I cried. I cried. And one thing that I had to really learn, that with the entrepreneurship, you have to be spiritually grounded in something. And whoever you believe in, you know. So when I would sit in my car and I would cry and I would be praying to God like, hey, I don't like this process. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he's like, you gotta trust the process because it's your process, because it's gonna be your testimony down the line that's gonna lead to somebody else's breakthrough.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And I think that everybody, as time goes on, whatever they're doing, you're gonna have your own challenges. You're gonna have those moments where you crying in the car, crying in the house, crying at your job, wherever. Them tears gonna come if it really means something to you.
Yes.
I mean, I like what you were saying a little bit ago as far as having to work another job sometime. And I think that some people aren't humble enough to respect that part of the process, to say, it ain't time for me to be on my own yet.
Yeah. And I think that within itself is a learning process.
Yeah.
Because it's been times where I walked out of jobs and I'd be like, I'm going straight entrepreneur. Then I get out there and it's not flowing like I need it to flow. So I had to go back and reset. And that's what I want people to know. It's okay to reset as many times as you need to.
Yeah.
You know, nobody knows your process but you.
Yeah.
You know, I think we have a tendency to put so much out here to the world to be judged. Yeah. That we like, oh, I don't want nobody to know that I'm working at Target. I don't want nobody to know. But guess what? You providing,
right,
you know, for your family. So you just have to do you and don't worry about, I gotta be in the, sometimes you have to sacrifice though. Okay. You have to sacrifice. So whatever sacrifice means to you, for me, it was sacrificing some of my friends, personal friends, sacrificing what type of events I wanted to be involved in once I got clear on my business. Yeah. Going out and all of that type of stuff, you know, I still love it a little bit, but not like, I know that I have to take that extra time and put it in my business.
Gotcha. Because like you said, like it's a sacrifice. Like, I mean, kicking it is good, but then after a while, if that begins to affect your business, then you like, I need to chill out a little bit.
Right. You're right. And kicking it is good, but when you out and about and you just trying to have a good time and release, have you did everything you were supposed to do for your business that day?
Wow.
You know what I mean? Or did you skip over that because you're like, I just need to go out here?
Right. Yeah, that's an important process. So tell them something about you that some of them don't know. Some of your followers, some of my followers.
I think one key thing is People don't know I've been doing this since 2012. 2012. Beyond the wig making, I started Glam to Go Mobile.
Okay.
In 2012, which was a mobile hair service. I was all over the state, you know, and I want people to know that because I want them to know how hard I went at this dream.
Yeah.
You know, and it's been ever evolving.
Yeah.
Because every time I get to one level, the vision doesn't change, it just gets bigger.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that that's one thing that I want people to know. We have some amazing things coming up this year. Glam to Go Beauty is just super, super expanding. So I like being the face of my brand, but I don't like being the face of my brand. But the direction I'm going in now, I need to be so I can connect with women who are going through life and, you know, and everything like that. So we got big things coming this year.
Well, tell them a little about those big things, like just a sneak peek.
Okay, well, I will be doing my very first hair loss summit. That's super important because especially in the African American community, we don't talk about hair loss. We just hide it.
Yeah.
So it's so many different reasons why. So I'm building my team up for the hair loss summit. We will be doing Glam Bits. And what Glam Bits is, I'm going to jump on Facebook once a week. And whatever the spirit downloads to me, I'm going to pour out. And hopefully it'll be able to help somebody. We have our signature hair extension line. Okay. That is coming out within the next few weeks. It's so much. I should have brought my book.
I love it though. You're doing your thing. That's what's up.
Also, I'm starting a podcast for my kids. Okay. My kids are 9 and 8. Okay. And I think that that's super important because kids are so advanced now. Yeah. They have a voice. Right. And we want them to really, really embrace it. So you guys will get a chance to see them start in their entrepreneurial journey. Yeah. So my daughter has Tinky Glam, which is a custom t-shirt line where she came up with all the sayings on the shirt. That's dope. My son has KB Customs, which is custom socks. So all the socks come all the way up to here because that's how we like to wear it. Gotcha. Okay. So we have some just great things. You guys keep following me. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook. I mean, just the way the vision that I've seen this year coming into the new year is going to bless your whole life. That's what's up.
That's what's up. Now, what made you want to motivate your kids to begin to learn entrepreneurship?
I think that with my daughter, she's been watching me since the beginning. Okay. She's been at a couple of events with me, and she likes it. Yeah. And she's also a nurturer by nature. Okay. So she said, Mom, I want to do t-shirts that make girls feel good. Not just be pretty, but make girls feel good. Like one of her taglines is, I'm on the road to greatness. I love that. You know what I mean? At 9 years old, especially when we got all this bullying and stuff going on. With my son, it wasn't forced, but he's a spender. Okay. And I'm trying to get him to, you know, find his niche. Socks is something that he really, really loves. Right. So keep him lifted in prayer because it's still working out.
Okay. Absolutely. I think that's an awesome thing to be able to get your kids started because they could be doing so many other things. And not to say that like video games and playing with toys is a bad thing, but if you can get them having that entrepreneurship mindset right now, start thinking about business right now, then when they get 18, 19, they begin to be more productive. They begin to save their money and focus on the important things.
Absolutely. And I think that it's our job now. You know, when we were growing up, mostly everybody's parents worked a job. Yeah. Few in the neighborhood own businesses, but everybody worked a job and everything like that. Right now, you don't have that job security. Yeah. It's a lot of places that's not giving you the longevity that you need. So I say even if you got a 40-hour job, get you a side hustle. Yeah. You know?
Right. I love it. Now, what books are you currently reading or have you read?
I am reading Don't Settle for Safe by Sarah Jakes Roberts. Fabulous book. Praying from the Third Dimension. That is by Dr. Juanita Bynum.
Okay.
I am also reading the Budgetnista's book, Tiffany.
Okay.
I can't think of her last name right now. It's called Live Richer.
Gotcha. Okay.
Live Richer. Oh, that's something else that I forgot that
Yeah.
I'm doing now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
I will be partnering with a few other stylists. We are going to start a thing called Beauty and Branding. Beauty and Branding, and it's basically catching the new hairstylists before they come out of hair school.
Yeah.
Or even if you feel like you need a refresher course on how to incorporate your business,
Gotcha.
how to do taxes as a
I love that. That's awesome. Yeah,
contractor
that's awesome.
and stuff like that. Things that I just kind of trial and error.
Yeah, that's so needed.
Yeah, so I do taxes on the side.
Oh,
so.
that's okay.
You know, so
Yeah.
just things to really help them get off. What platform should I be using? How should I use these platforms? And just kind of building up that. And I think our main goal is to teach people and empower them.
Yeah.
Affordably.
Yeah. And that's a lot of positive energy that you and these other young ladies are trying to distribute out here because it's needed. So why do you think that it's so much non-support out here? Because like you said, as you were going along, you didn't have all this knowledge. There was a lot of trial and error. But I'm pretty sure there are probably hundreds of people that could have helped you.
I think you can't ask for help when you don't know what you need.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
And coming out of hair school, just using that industry, for example, coming out of hair school, they just want to get you to pass the test. That's everybody's goal. Let me pass the test. Let me start taking clients and stuff like that. But especially as black stylists, we are cheating ourselves out of money.
Wow.
By not itemizing the supplies, we go out and spend for these shows and classes and stuff.
Yeah.
Then we don't file taxes at the end of the year because we're like, well, I got all my money, throughout the year.
Now talk about that because you have this tax component too. So talk about all that as it relates to your industry that they need to know.
When you are an independent contractor with your personal taxes, what that allows you to do, you are able to file what you call a Schedule C. And that's where you put your profit and your loss. You put every receipt. Mostly a lot of African American salons are booth rent. You can write off your booth rent.
Okay.
So that's going to decrease your taxable income. Meaning, if I made $50,000 for the year, but I paid $20,000 out in booth rent, so to the IRS, I only really made $30,000 for the year, and that's what I'm going to be paying my taxes on, that $30,000.
Gotcha.
And I think that that's so key and important to know. How do I build up an LLC? Do I want to be an LLC? Do I want to be a sole proprietor? What's best for my business, and really defining where you want to take your business. Yeah,
that's awesome. So it's like there's so much they don't know out here.
Yes, it's so much that they don't know. I was in a boot camp that was like a year long last year, and it was for hairstylists.
Oh, wow.
And, her name was Britt Siva. She's out of San Francisco.
Okay.
She opened up this world of things that I didn't even think about as a hairstylist. How are we tracking how much product we're using? How are we retaining clients? Do we know the cost to acquire a new client versus to keep the clients that we already have?
Wow.
So now that I have that knowledge, that I invested in, I want to give back. And empower people to be the greatest version of themselves.
I love that. The greatest version of themselves. Because we dope by ourselves. Like, we don't need to try to compete and be like nobody else. Like, at the end of the day, I believe there's always competition. But if you find your own lane and do what God called you to do, you ain't never got to compete with nobody. Like, you going to be good just by yourself. Like, I promise you, sis, like, when I decided to do this Manny Horse show, I wanted to have a fancy couch. I wanted to do stuff. But God was like, you know what, bro? Get on the road. You go meet people where they are in their establishment. Allow them to be real and transparent and tell the truth about what they're going through. That's going to help people. You ain't got to be like everybody else. You want to be Oprah, Steve Harvey, Tom Joyner, whoever. No, be Manny Hall. Had a Manny Hall show and let that be dope. And I love it because it allows me to be authentic. It allows me to say, I'm gonna go do my thing. Like, I'm meeting with somebody in a couple of weeks that's has their building in the Channel 3 building downtown. And she asked me, just like a lot of other people ask me, so like, how much equipment are you bringing? I said, no, it's just me and my phone. She was like, what? I thought you was recording all some fancy equipment. Like, nah, I'm not. But it's like, that's the interesting part about it. It's like doing your own thing, your own lane. And that's why I respect you with what you're saying, because it sounds like you're not trying to be like everybody else, but you look at yourself in the mirror every day and say, I got to be comfortable with me.
Yes, yes, yes. And I think that that's even kept me out of some salons.
Okay.
Like, I'm very particular
Yeah.
about the salons that I worked in over the years, because I'm like, I don't want to be like everybody else. You know, I don't want to say I'm not a group person, but I'm always an individual. And I always want to be Malika, and I want you to know when you see my work, that's Malika.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you're right, like how you said, I think that's so dope. You like, hey, when we were talking about this, I was like, oh, where's the location? You're like, wherever, you know?
Right.
And that was so, like, oh, you know, I don't have to, you know, and all of that stuff or whatever. So I think that, and it goes back to your gift to make room for you.
Yeah.
So, in this the year of acceleration, so I can't even say, man, either 2-3 years, you know,
Right.
Steve Harvey, you may turn into Steve Harvey tomorrow.
Right.
You know?
You never know.
You never know.
You never know. So do you have any tips or advice for those in soccer? You done already gave so much great information, but any tips for these new young ladies, even young men that's trying to get started, even people doing nails, like what helpful tips as they get started on their journey?
Number one, trust your instinct. We always have instinct. The hottest shop in the city may not be the shop for you. You know, go where you are going to be celebrated.
Yeah.
And you can thrive, and you can grow, and constantly grow without offending the person that's sitting next to you.
Yeah.
And I think, don't worry about being great at everything, but be exceptionally awesome at what you do.
Say that one more time.
Don't worry about being great about everything, but be exceptionally awesome at what you do.
I love that. And see, y'all, I don't know if y'all can hear, but Anita Baker is playing in the back. And we just vibed out like that. I mean, I love it. We vibed out here at the salon today, y'all, having this great interview. But, you know, that's another important thing to speak about, is just that energy and that positivity, because you had just said to these new young entrepreneurs who's getting started, go where you're celebrated and go where you're really going to be respected, and you're going to have that energy replicated. And everywhere it's not going to be the same thing. Like, you might be dope here, somebody else might come in your same spot and they're really good at what they do. They smile, they got a great personality, but they just don't vibe well with everybody. Have you saw that?
Yes. Some people are just kind of caught in themselves that it offends other people.
Yeah.
And I feel like you definitely just have to be humble. And I feel that's what humility is, what a lot of people are missing right now. And it's okay to start from the bottom.
Right.
Nobody ever talks about starting from the bottom, you know? So nobody ever talks about starting from the bottom and all of those type of things, but it's a part of who you are, and it's going to build your success.
Hey, as she gets herself together, hey. Say hello.
Miss Kia, I love her. I love her. Yes.
Yeah.
And you see, look, how can you not work in a shop that has stuff like this around?
Yeah.
Be amazing. Be great. You know?
Yep. I'm all about that. Like, my wife and I, we constantly are doing like words of affirmation to ourselves and each other. It's like we got stuff all over our room. We're just constantly speaking in life into each other, because it's like you can think you got everything together, but sometimes you can't believe in yourself the way that you really need to. So sometimes you really need somebody else to keep pushing you and pushing you. Like, you got this, you can make it. I believe in you. You dope. You're amazing. So it's like somebody walking into the room saying, "Be amazing." Like, yeah, I am amazing. You know, regardless of what the society and friends and haters is telling me, I'm still dope.
Yes, absolutely. And last year was a really trying year for me because it was that doubt.
Yeah.
That spirit of doubt started to creep in, and I'm like, Dad, maybe I'm not amazing. Maybe I need to, decide what I really want to do with my life.
Yeah.
And I kept coming back circle to this though, and I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It's just I was letting life get to me and everything like that, and only the strongest survive, and that's in any game. And I love the fact that you and your wife, y'all are each other's halves. How you guys can push each other and speak life into each other. So like, that's the thing. People gotta give them a y'all. You know what I mean? We need to see more of y'all, so y'all give us inspiration.
I receive that. That's what's up. All right. So as we get out of here, any last things you want to say to the people? Any sales promotions you got?
Yes. If you use the code GLAMLUX, GLAMLUX, you will get $35 off your first order at www. Did I put too many W's?
No, you have three.
Glam to Go Beauty is the number 2 though.
Okay.
.com, and we appreciate your business. 10% of the proceeds are going to be donated to St. Jude's Children's Hospital and University Simon Cancer Center Wig Salon. So we're really dope about that. We're bringing kids on board this year. I love doing the babies. Yeah. So if you know anybody who is suffering from hair loss or you feel like they would benefit for a wig, please reach out to me. I plan to give away at least 2 wigs a month. Wow. For the whole year of 2018, because we are snatching our lives back. My nonprofit is Crowns of Hope. Yeah. And be on the lookout for Crowns of Hope. I am not defined by my hair summit. Yeah. And it's coming soon, so stay tuned.
What you just said about I'm not defined by my hair, can you speak to those women that feel that they are defined by their hair, that they always gotta have the latest wig, they always gotta have the dopest wig, they always concerned about how long their hair is compared to somebody else?
I am not defined by my hair. Who are you when you go home and take all those expensive bundles off? Yeah. You take the lashes off, the makeup off. Do you like who you see in the mirror? You know what I mean? Yeah. When I go home, now, at this point in my life, when I go home and I take my wig off and I get undressed, I can finally say I'm comfortable with who I am in the mirror. Yeah. You know? So if you're not at that level of self-love, you're defined by your hair and your look. And we have to get away from that, because what I've noticed even with the women, with chemotherapy, for example, you're losing it and you can't do nothing about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then you have, her down the street like, well, I just do it just for fun. I like how it look. I gotta have 22, 27, 20 inch. And it's so much bigger than hair. Right. Because it's really an internal issue. Yeah. That's really going on. Why do you feel like you need all of this? So that's why my nonprofit is Crowns of Hope. We're trying to restore hope. Our tagline is the manifestation of grace. Everybody is the manifestation, has the manifestation of grace, and that goes back into being the greatest version of yourself. Now, if you like to wear wigs and stuff like that, that's all you like to wear, that's cool too, you know? But you're still beautiful regardless, though. Regardless, and you have to know that. Yeah. You have to know your strengths, know your weaknesses. You have to know and embrace them, because we all have flaws. Do you think that life is just teaching young women that they gotta be a certain way? I think social media is more than anything else. Okay. That they have to be a certain way. When we did a lot of the ladies for prom. Yeah. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Like, they have full faces of makeup and stuff on, and just even the dress choices. beautiful dresses and stuff like that. But I'm like, baby, slow down. You got time.
Yeah.
You have time to do that. And I think everybody want a snatched waist.
Yeah.
Everybody wants this, and I'm willing to go through this surgery to get it done. I'm willing to lay everything on the line because I want to look like this ideal person.
Yeah.
And if you're healthy, you're fit, you know, that's all that you really can ask for, because we're dying. We're dying from high blood pressure, thyroidism, cancer, and stuff like that. I'm taking care of the outer part, but I'm not doing nothing to take care of the inner part.
Yeah.
You know?
That's real. And the last thing I did want to cover too is in regards to the hair loss piece.
Yes.
Is there something that they're doing to make their hair begin to decrease, or is it like stress or anxiety? Like what's going on for that hair loss?
Well, for me, when I started losing my hair, I had lost maybe about 25 pounds. I was stressed out. I had lupus, and it was a flare-up around that time. And I couldn't even really define it because God's grace been so much over my life when it comes to that disease, you know? So I was stressed out. I was moving into a new house. It was so much going on. And I think different factors. Stress, we internalize it. Whatever that silent stress that everybody's going through, then it comes out. It comes out in your skin, your hair, your everything. Of course, underlying medical conditions in the African American community, blood thinners, hyperthyroids, and everything. It's killing us. And we won't even go to the doctor.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you have like traction alopecia. I want the latest style, but maybe my hair texture can't take the latest style.
Gotcha.
You know, I don't wear braids because my hair is finer around the hairline.
Okay.
Things like that. So when you go, and we do it from the kids so young.
Yeah.
You know, we put all this hair in this baby's head and pull these tight braids. When she gets to be 16, she doesn't have a hairline.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
Then we also, oh, my baby got a lot of hair. My baby got a lot of hair. And guess what? That baby grows up, starts to pick up that type of verbiage, goes to school, talks about the girl who's struggling a little bit with the hair.
Yeah.
Now her mom's saying, oh, I'm about to go get her some weave because I don't want nobody talking about my baby. We start so young.
Yeah.
Teaching these kids how to tear each other down.
Yeah.
And instead of embracing. So in the Hair Loss Summit, we're going to talk so much about that, about the stigma in the Black community of what we don't want to talk about.
I love it. All right, that's all I had. Now, please give them that promo code again and the website.
Okay. www.glamtogobeauty.com is, and the code is GLAMLUX, GLAMLUX, and you will receive $35 off your first order, and 10% of the proceeds are going to benefit St. Jude's Children's Hospital as well as University's Hospital Simon Cancer Center Wig Salon.
I love it. Malika, thank you so much for your time.
you,
Sis, you did an
Manny.
amazing job. You're going to help so many people with this interview. You dope.
Thank you. You're dope, Manny.
Thank you.
Y'all, I just want to say, he was here on time. I was late. It was 6 something in the morning. He was here on time. This man is dope.
All right, y'all be blessed. Manny Horse Show, episode number 11.